Hey, I'm Iris, and it's been a while since I've done one of these videos. Just have had a lot of shit going on in the past month or so. So, anyways, hope everybody had a good holiday season. You know, I haven't done one of these videos since before we had Christmas with our family, which was like New Year's weekend. But, anyways, yeah. So on the music front, lots of shit going on. You know, my label Sioux has been doing trades with some labels over in Europe and whatever. Where did a trade with Ghost Highway Records and one with Heavy Medication. Ghost Highway is out of Spain. Heavy Medication is out of Warsaw, Poland, which these guys, they got great fucking labels, great shit on these fucking labels, like records that you want. Problem is international shipping. Um, so uh, and I order the shit because I'm a fiend like that. But uh, on a record, let's say somebody's asking €20 for a record, and then it's like €25 to ship it over here, and the euro to dollar conversion, you end up spending 60, $65, $70 for one fucking record coming from Europe. So the thing is with Sioux trading with these labels, we have them here in the States, and let's say you want a Jeff Dahl record that's on Ghost Highway Records. I got them. You could order them off the website, and then you pay the like $5 US shipping versus the $35 shipping from over there in Europe. So, anyways, go to my website. There's lots of killer shit there. Not just Sue stuff, but other labels that we've been trading with. So yeah, we got killer shit coming out. Um, New shit coming from Machines, and we got new shit coming from. Then there's going to be a split 45 of Poison Boys and Thunder Roads, both fantastic bands, and then all kinds of shit. The Florida punk band F. We got a record of theirs in the fucking works. Hollywood Stars, or we got vinyl in the works with them. So yeah. Anyways, 2 weeks ago, my wife and I flew out to San Diego to see the Dragons at the Casbah. It was the 35th anniversary of the Casbah, legendary bar there in San Diego, 35th anniversary of them. They asked the Dragons to play for this anniversary deal, and like it sold out immediately. So then like there were so many people complaining that they couldn't get tickets or whatever because it sold out immediately. They added a second night, both Friday and Saturday that weekend. So we flew out there, went to the show that Friday night. It was great. Hung out with Hector. Hector picked us up and took us to lunch. You guys know my label Sue did a solo record with Hector Penalosa, who Hector's from the Zeros and has played with the Avengers and a million other bands. A few years ago when Steve passed away, Steve from the Dragons passed away. Like the Dragons kind of were kaput, right? Like they weren't really a band, but they get asked to do these reunion shows or what they, like this deal for the 35th anniversary of the Casbah. They got asked to do or whatever, and Hector fills in on bass. He had a busy week that week. He's played several dates up in the Bay with the Avengers, and then like came down to San Diego and played 2 nights with Dragons, and the guy found time to go to lunch with my wife and I, and we hit a record store, Red Brontosaurus Records. When you're in San Diego, if you want Sioux stuff, Davey there at Red Brontosaurus has our shit. So hit up Davey. He's good people. So good record store. I found some shit I want there. Picked up a copy of and I Know War League record I have been missing for a while, and then I've picked up a copy of the Dragons live at the Casbah vinyl, which was put out by a UK label. There again, shipping is a hard fucking thing where a lot of people here want that record, but the shipping from the UK has held them up. So anyways, yeah. And then coming home, holy fuck, this was a crazy story. We were coming out of San Diego and going to Chicago, and then Chicago back to Sioux Falls. Like, we had flown out of Sioux Falls. My car is at the Sioux Falls airport, right? And we get to Chicago, and we get to Chicago like 7:00, and we were supposed to board take off at 9:30 to go back to Sioux Falls. So, anyways, we sit there on the runway, like we hit the ground, and there's all these there was like 10 planes lined up on the taxiway, like a live runway, because like we couldn't taxi to gate, and there weren't gates available or something. Like planes that were supposed to have left had it, and so the gates were all full. So we sat there for like half hour on the runway before we were able to taxi to the gate. We get to the gate that we're supposed to be leaving from, blah, blah, blah. We're sitting there, and I noticed this woman who was, you could tell she was having a hard time. And, I mean, after this year, I recognize that shit, I could fucking read people from across the room, so this girl was having a hard time, and I mentioned something to Rhonda about it. I said, she's that gal's struggling, and Rhonda's like, what should I do about it? And I'm like, you should go say something to her. And Rhonda's like, that'd just be weird, and like, whatever. Well, then they come on the intercom and said that our flight had been delayed about half hour. Now I watched this woman. She kind of sobbed for a little bit, and then she's making these phone calls, and and you could tell they're hard phone calls to make. And sorry. So, anyways, they come back on the intercom and said that we're delayed again, and which and I watched this woman again, and she sobbed a little bit and made these hard phone calls, and and they kept delaying our flight, and finally, like at midnight, they said our flight's been canceled, and we're like, what does that mean? And they said, well, we might be able to get you on standby on Tuesday. This is a Sunday night, and like my wife and I were planning on going to work Monday morning. And, so I'm on the phone with customer service at American Airlines and telling the guy that you need to figure this out. And he's like, well, I can get you on standby for Tuesday. And I'm like, no, that's not acceptable. That's 2 days away. Nobody wants to sit in the fucking O'Hare airport for 2 fucking days. And he's like, well, there's a flight leaving from Chicago Midway. If you could get to Chicago Midway, you could leave tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. to go to Denver and connect out of Denver to Sioux Falls, maybe. And if that works, you could get at Sioux Falls about 5 o'clock tomorrow. And and by the way, it's going to be a $700 upcharge. And it's like, what? That's fucking extortion, dude. Like, you want to charge me? I paid you to get us home, right? Here's the thing. I paid you to get us home, and you want to extort us another $700. Shake me down to, like, we might be able to get you home tomorrow at 5 o'clock if you give us another $700. Fuck that. I'm like, I'm son of an old fucking truck driver. I can drive all fucking night. I watched my grandpa do it. I watched my dad do it. It's just in my blood to drive all fucking night. It's like, get me a fucking rental car and I'll drive the fuck home. And the guy's arguing with me like, well, that's not a good idea, sir. Like, we take safety of our passengers in consideration, and you think it'd be safe to... And it's like, I'll fucking drive home from Chicago. Just get me something with 4 wheels and 2 seats, and in the meantime, my wife is talking to the gal I noticed earlier, and come to find out, that gal's sister had died that morning, and she's from South Dakota. Her whole family lives in South Dakota, but she lives in New York. And, so when her sister died that Sunday morning, she took the first flight home. And what I was seeing with her making these hard phone calls is every time they delay the fucking flight, she's calling her family saying, they delayed our flight, and then when they canceled the flight, this gal was really distraught, and I guess she needs to get home, flight delays and all that sort of stuff, like, this gal, she needed home. So in a total John Candy Home Alone move, my wife and I told this gal, we're going to Sioux Falls. Ride with us. So, I got this fucking rental car. I get this rental car at I don't know, like 12:30 in the morning. I'd been up all fucking day. Like, we got up San Diego like 6:30, 7 a.m. San Diego time, and went to breakfast, went to the airport. I think it was like 11 a.m. flight to Chicago, and then flying from the West Coast here, you lose 2 hours time anyways, aside from the flight or whatever. Touchdown about 7, and but anyways, American Airlines got my Irish up, so I ran this fucking car. We got in at 12:30 in the morning, and jumped on I-90 and headed up through La Crosse and across Minnesota, and we dropped this gal off at the Sioux Falls airport about 5 minutes to 10 a.m. that morning, and she needed to get to where she needed to go for her family, and we needed to do what we needed to do to return this fucking rent a car, get my car, get home, all that sort of stuff. So that's what we did. And anyways, so yeah, that was one of our good deeds for Ashley. I don't know if you guys have heard me talk about that, but since our daughter died last year, my wife and I have determined we're going to do acts of kindness for our daughter Ashley in her honor, her memory. And then yesterday, I got a new grandson. My daughter Jessica gave birth to a healthy little boy, 8 pounds 3 ounces. He showed up about 3 in the morning yesterday morning, and I went and meet him yesterday, and the kid is awesome. Um, I've got 4 other grandkids who are 16, 13, 11, and 9, and these kids are fucking awesome. I have so much fun with my grandkids. All 4 of my grandkids went to lunch with us at the Japanese steakhouse hibachi grill, the place, and so we did the whole hibachi grill lunch, and then our granddaughter Annabelle wanted to go look at the pets at the Humane Society, so we took them to do that. There was a little Doxy mix that reminded us of this guy we used to have, a little Doxy Black Lab mix named Brody. We always called him Broder, who he was a great dog, and so act of kindness for Ashley. Rhonda paid down on his adoption fee, so when his forever family comes to adopt him, he's ready to go, and and then come home last night, and I'm going through the mail, and I get this fucking box here. It's addressed to me. I so I open it, and it's this really fucking nice book about Lemmy. Or it's a picture book of Lemmy. I didn't order this. My birthday's in a month, so I asked my wife, did you order me something that I accidentally opened? And she's like, no. What? And I'm telling her this really nice book, and so this one of these, it's in a cover. Here's a big fucking poster of Lemmy. This is look how fucking thick this book is. I mean, this is a nice book. It says it's number 110 of 666 copies. So beautiful book. But I didn't order this, and Rhonda didn't order it. The name on this return label, Mark Smith. I don't know any Mark Smiths. So this fucking book, oh my god, is just great pictures. Anyways, great book. Really excited about it. I didn't order it. Rhonda didn't order it. If somebody sent me this book, I want to know who, so I could thank you. And like I said, the return name on this or package or whatever is Mark Smith, and I don't know any Mark Smiths. So, anyways, but speaking of Lemmy, my grandson's name, but my new grandson that was just born yesterday is Liam. So, nothing wrong with the name Liam. However, that kid I will probably call Lemmy. And, pretty excited about getting another grandson, Yeah. So, record stuff, man. Like I said, I've done trades with Heavy Medication and some other labels. This, Exiled Warsaw, 45. It's Pat Todd the Rankoutsiders on the A side doing All Down the Line, and then you got the Guerrilla Teens on the B side doing Rip This Joint. So I have some copies on the Sioux Guitars website. So link will be in the description if you need a copy of your own. But yeah, Killer 45. Oh, I must have had that upside down. I'm sorry. I apologize. But super stoked about these guys. Obviously my label Sioux has put out stuff with Pat Todd and with the Guerrilla Teens both. Super big fans of both the bands, and things are good, man. Here's the thing about my life: like there is no middle of the road here. Things are my life is punctuated by very high highs and very very fucking low lows. Losing our daughter last year, really a fucking rough spot, man. But yesterday, and I don't know. I don't know what you guys believe, but I struggle with the Judeo-Christian God. And the reason is because of the Holocaust. If God slept through the Holocaust and ignored the prayers of all the people who were killed, then how is God going to get me out of that speeding ticket or get me a pay raise or, God ain't listening, So, myself, I think there's something there. I don't know what it is. The older I get, I'm accepting more of the Native American traditions, thinking that like our ancestors are with us, or our loved ones are there in the spirit world, and and I think Ashley has done a few things in the spirit world. I think like our daughter and son-in-law, who just had the baby, they were wanting to have babies, but like they weren't trying, or they weren't really ready, but Liam showed up yesterday, right, and this is a couple weeks. It's going to be the 1 year anniversary since Ashley died. So I kind of feel that having this healthy baby offsets some of that 1 year anxiety and stress or whatever. But anyways, Rhonda is convinced that seeing eagles is a sign from our daughter, and and it's not just her. Like the Ojibwe and a lot of Native people think that eagles are a sign from the other side, and it is communication from the other side, and we see a lot of fucking eagles. Holy cow! Christmas Eve day, we drove up to the cities. We saw 10 eagles between Lakefield and the Twin Cities, driving up that day. And, so the gal we took from Chicago to Sioux Falls, as soon as we dropped her off, got my car, returned the fucking rental car to Avis, and we were pulling out of the Sioux Falls airport. There's a fucking eagle flies real fucking low, like right over our car. And, couldn't just been a coincidence, I don't know. So anyways, I've been rambling on for way too long. I just watched a Charlie Barron's video on YouTube. Charlie Barron's great comedian out of Wisconsin, a lot of great upper Midwest sense of humor. And it was him and the You Betcha guy going back and forth of like, we're from the Midwest, blah blah blah. And one of the puns was, we're from the Midwest and our fathers have never told us we love you. And that's a very Midwestern thing. Where and I don't know where it comes from. Maybe it's the idea of like, you can't tell your kids that you love them because you want to keep them humble. You don't want to get too cocky or whatever. But love my kids. God damn, you know, my kids, my grandkids. I got such a great family, and I got amazing friends. You know, it was amazing being out in San Diego a couple weeks ago. You know, just life is pretty good. You know, so anyways, thanks for watching. If you like these videos, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and play you Rip This Joint by the Stones, but you know, this version is the Guerrilla Teens. So hope you guys dig the Guerrilla Teens doing Rip This Joint by the Rolling Stones. If you need a copy, the link will be in the description. Thanks for watching.